Hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling, featuring the Sovereign Soundboard, presented by one Dr. Thomas Oliver. As always, you can find us on most platforms that stream your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Links to all the platforms and the merchandise, like that incredible hoodie that this one ma'am, Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, is wearing. If you're listening, watching on the YouTube, get you one of those hoodies. Very warm and comfortable. Yes, as always, I am the thespian T.C. Fontaine, joined by
Rick Ballard. He's having a good weekend.
You ain't want to be the Reek Ranger?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a topic. It's a topic. It's been a rough day.
We're gonna talk about it real quick. We want to welcome in to the Nuck If You Buckingham Palace again. I don't know how many times it's been. At one time it was no times, and now we don't know how many times it's been.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. A lot.
Freak, you do the honors.
All right. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Young Kings Wrestling proudly presents to you the hardest working women in podcasting right now, the MVP, the Sultan of Step on Me, the sun around which all wrestling podcasts must orbit, Ms. Katie Kinsey Bebe.
What up?
Scott Hall Fingers.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, Katie.
Thank you.
It's been like a month.
If that.
You've been a third co-host on this show more than the actual third co-host has this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of last year too.
I just like to podcast and take over my friend's shows. So here I am.
Facts. You can never talk about wrestling too much.
No.
I love talking about wrestling. If I could talk about wrestling every day, I would. But nobody want to hear that. So
that's true.
Real quick. Hey, the World Cup started. So shout out to the World Cup. Y'all watch soccer?
Facts.
No.
I only watch soccer during the World Cup is only when I watch soccer. We got beef with America in general. Like, well, whenever USA playing in the World Cup, I'm repping still. We're not gonna win. We might win a group.
Yeah, that's
we're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna win a group because England in our group. So I don't know. I got Germany winning it all though. It's like Germany don't get cooked like they did. They got cooked a few years back.
True.
And then a big shout out to the New England Football Patriots. Reek, congratulations.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it, bro. It's been a bad.
Y'all got swept by the worst team in the division. How that feel?
This is who we are. It was they are who I thought they were.
The Jets always gonna jet, man.
Like, they are who we thought they were.
Y'all must not wanted to go to OT that bad, bro.
Clearly not. Clearly not. Somebody called Buffalo Wild Wings on the set. Said, we ain't doing overtime. People want to go home. And next thing you know, it happened.
That's how I be, man. The sports is crazy. Same thing happens in Nebraska yesterday. So, like, that's how I be feeling. The way you feel about the Jets is how I feel about Nebraska every week. They find a way. Somehow.
Yeah,
we got one more game. I can't wait. I can stop fake caring about this season.
Tired, man.
Yeah.
Like I told people for weeks, like, stop gassing them. Stop. Oh my God, they just won. No, stop gassing them because they're gonna let you down, and they're already starting to do it. So,
in the words of Seth Rollins, I hate football.
big facts.
Can't stand it. Hey, so if you were listening, you should have been listening, because if you're listening now, you were listening 5 minutes ago. Rest in peace, man. To my guy. We just talked about him a couple weeks ago too. We were just talking about how much admiration we had for this guy, this man, our childhood. My guy, Jason David Frank. I woke up this morning to some bad news and seeing Jason David Frank is no longer on earth with us. I hate it. That was my guy. Dr. Thomas Oliver. He's the one that played the Sovereign Soundboard sound. If you ever watch Power Rangers, you know, you remember we had Coach Rink on here for the first time, and they heard the soundboard and everybody pop because we all watched Power Rangers as kids.
Hell yeah.
So like everybody know where that's from. So I'm looking forward to what Xavier Woods got going this week, because I know he about to hit us with the triple, man. I was trying to find a clip because I swear, unless this is a Mandela effect, I can't find the clip nowhere. But like Jason David Frank interfered in somebody's wrestling match like the very first week that we started Young Kings Wrestling. And I remember posting about it. That was like one of the first things I ever posted about on Young Kings Wrestling. And now I can't find the clip nowhere. I was trying to find it, because he was supposed to be getting into wrestling a while back.
That sounds right.
And he been wanting to kick CM Punk's ass for about 10 years now. I was looking for that.
That's definitely true.
We ain't never gonna get that.
Punk was running from the smoke, though.
He was. Unlike CM Punk, Jason David Frank is undefeated in MMA.
Right.
He's like 5-0 or something like that.
And Punk is 0-2. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
1-1 because of technicality. But he got his ass beat. He got cooked.
He got cooked. He got tickled too.
Yeah.
Imagine getting tickled while you getting your ass beat. And you can't do nothing about it because you already getting your ass beat.
Facts.
It's true.
Shame.
Actually, you know what? He is 0-2 because he lost the fight backstage too. So I'm counting that.
0-2-1.
Got his ass.
Did he lose that fight?
I think he did.
I can't. I can't, because he got a little bit of training at least. You can't tell me that them boys know how to fight.
I mean, they definitely don't know how.
I don't think they do, but
you can't tell me they know how to fight.
I don't think they do, but they had numbers on their side. Then nobody want to be on his side.
CM Punk had him motherfucking biting people on his side.
That's true.
That should even up. That should actually be worse. You might be outnumbered by somebody biting you.
That's a good point.
That's like 32 extra people. Like we count 32 teeth. Each tooth is another person jumping you. Because like you get bit by one tooth, it don't hurt as much as getting bit by 32 of them.
It's true.
That just sounded crazy. Like, dude wanted to give somebody rabies. That's all I could think when I heard he was biting motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Who in the middle of a fight just said, "Let me just take a bite out of a motherfucker real quick"?
I don't even understand.
Boy, it's crazy out here. Hey man, we watch wrestling all week long. What wrestling we all watched this past week? Anybody load up the old cock-a-doodle-doo?
Mm-mm.
You know what? I went back, and I don't know why I went back to this, but 2017 with Roman and Cena, just to kind of look back at, back at, you know, where he was to where he is now, and it's like it's night and day. I mean, the wrestling was never an issue. Like, he was always, and I think that's something that gets lost, is that everyone kind of like tried to shit on Roman, like he couldn't wrestle. Roman could always wrestle.
Oh yeah,
like, his family mandated that he knew how to wrestle, but it was the presentation, the character, and the gimmick. And my guy was like struggling when it came to Cena, because in promo with that was a rough night for him. And now it's like
secondhand embarrassment watching that live.
Yeah, that's right. Like, And now it's like he hasn't missed in 2 years. It's crazy as hell. But yeah,
Hard work,
the match was
dedication.
still solid though.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I wish they had another one like around that time. I know John Cena be busy, so every time he faced Roman, he just disappeared.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
He might be running for the tribal smoke.
He ain't the only one.
He ain't the only wrestler in Hollywood running from the tribal smoke. No. No, I watched some wrestling this past week, man. Survivor Series is next weekend. We're gonna talk about that. But I had to go run back some old Survivor Series. I said, let me get into the Attitude Era. And I was like, it's really only 3 Survivor Series that I will want to watch because 01 just the main event's like 47 minutes long. So I ain't feel like that. But I checked out 2000 and the Survivor Series 2000 was kind of mid, low key. Like, I mean, I might have to check TV out and the build to really understand what was going on outside of the main event. But I knew like the main event angles. We had Undertaker versus Kurt Angle for the world title. Undertaker came out in some snakeskin pants.
Oh yeah.
Apparently lost his luggage.
Oh
And,
my god.
I always thought it was the Godfather's pants, and then apparently the Godfather said it wasn't. So I don't know. Nobody knows. But he lost to Kurt Angle because Earl Hebner was incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that match? I'm gonna tell y'all what happened if you don't remember. Kurt Angle climbs under the ring. Undertaker pulls him out, gives him a last ride, goes to pin him. Come to find out, that's not Kurt Angle. It's somebody dressed like Kurt Angle. And then the real Kurt Angle comes in and
wasn't it his brother?
I can't remember. I know it was his brother one other time he did that.
Yeah, with Brock. He did, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Undertaker lost. Earl Hebner was incompetent. And Earl, this is why I say he was incompetent, because he start the count. He get the 2 count and he look and he see that's not Kurt Angle. He just like, that's not him. Instead of doing his job and figuring out what the hell is going on, he just standing there looking stupid. And then when the real Kurt Angle come in, he count the pin like nothing happened, while the fake Kurt Angle still laying in the ring. Pissed me all the way off. All the way off. Elsewhere, we had The Rock versus Rikishi. Rikishi did it for The Rock. He sold the people's elbow like he got tased.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Hey, I'm gonna need him to release those Rikishi wear suits again. I need him.
Oh man, you remember that, right?
I need him. I always wanted one back in the day. I was like, he got his own line. He ain't never dropped them. That's crazy. You got people lining up the bodies.
Especially when you had everyone in their mom with their own gear, like Fat Farm, Rockaware,
right?
Like
in the early 2000s, especially like in the early 2000s, it was easy to market the big dudes when it came to like fashion and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Could have marketed some Rikishi wear to the big dudes. All the ballers would have missed opportunity, lose. Missed opportunity, lose. We also had a Triple H and Stone Cold in the main event, no disqualification. You remember Triple H tried to get Stone Cold out of here, have him whacked off at Survivor Series a year before. So, yeah, man, that was a fun show. That's all I watched, like old stuff. I watched some AEW too. I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna let somebody else talk real quick, and I can talk about that. We got Royal Address of Rumors. I'm gonna let you get them out the way so everybody don't gotta hear my voice the whole episode.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna start with this. Matt Cardona did a little interview with WrestlingNews.com. He had some things to say about NWA, a little something about Tyrus, and of course the rumors about at least his lady potentially going back to the E.
What was your favorite Tyrus match ever?
None. There is none.
None.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think so. My bad. Continue.
It don't exist. It don't exist at all. But yeah, so with NWA, he was talking about he was asked about Nick Aldis, because we know he left NWA, and it's been a big story. But I mean, realistically, he had nothing but good things to say about Nick. You know, he was the face of the company, did a great job representing it, as you know, and as a champion. They had their battles and stuff like that, and he got all the respect for him. But he said when it comes to him leaving, that's his business. It don't affect me personally, and I don't give a damn. Then when it comes to Chelsea Green and all those rumors, he not really trying to talk about it, but he did say he's a former tag champion, former IC champ, former US champ, so he does have some unfinished business. So in not so many words, just saying never say never. Then of course you get the Tyrus, and oh man, yeah, this was funny. So he made the point to point out that he never lost the title. He was supposed to have a rematch, but they gave him like a triple threat or something like that. That's not what he asked for. So according to him, he's still the real world champion. Shit happened. He had to relinquish, but it is what it is. He'll be back. And his thing is like, it's a very prestigious title with a lot of tradition, stuff like that. Like, he's not an outsider. But he said NWA needs some saving right now because Tyrus is going to be on Fox News every week, sitting on there with that title, and that's not what it's for. It's not a trinket. So,
And he legit was on Fox News with the belt too.
He was. It was bad. So yeah, he coming for that smoke. You want me to touch on the Scotty 2 thing, or we want to save that for Pet?
Oh, let's hold that on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I'll go into detail when we get there. SummerSlam next year. Host city is looking like Detroit right now. That's the front running city at the moment right now.
What up, though?
I think the last time a major show was in Detroit was Mania 23.
Royal Rumble.
I was there.
09.
Royal Rumble. Oh, right. Yeah, Royal Rumble. But yeah, it's looking like it might happen. I know Edge mentioned something about he might retire next year, so we could have like a double, triple whammy.
Yeah,
that
man.
Weekend. You want to book it?
If y'all don't know, like the geography of like Detroit, it's like 4 hours from Toronto. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, Edge want to retire in Toronto. WWE just got to book Toronto for that Monday.
Yeah,
man.
Have Edge go out, big main event, big ceremony, have him do a speech, 60-point game.
Yeah, man. Pull it out there. Speaking of Canadian wrestlers, Kevin Owens is getting into television. Apparently, he just finished filming on a show called Bon Matin Chuck. It's a French language show that's going to air next year in Quebec.
Nice.
Might explain some of the time that he's been off because they said he had a knee injury, but I definitely saw him giving out smoke this Friday on SmackDown. So
right. Triple H putting out them fake leaks.
I swear he's doing it, and I love that. But yeah. I don't know if any of us gonna have access to that, but I would be interested to see Kevin Owens acting because he's one of the most entertaining talents that they got right now.
100%.
Thanks.
And our daily dose of Cap comes from MLW's Court Bauer, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because it's really stupid. Basically, he was talking about his talent and them being allowed to wrestle for other companies, and I'm just gonna run through this little quote. He says, "We're the only company that basically says, go get those dates. You're unrestricted to go out there and build your own schedule. You can use our TV time to get maximum bookings. But, promoters, if they want you, you can go get the buzz there. You can sell those tickets and stuff like that." Basically, he's saying that they don't create any type of adversity, and they're the only company out there that doesn't prevent talent from going out to get bookings elsewhere. Which is I don't even know. I can't respond to that because that's just asinine, and you should know better. Because he worked for the company. He worked for the E at one point in time. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why he thought that was smart to just go out and say that.
Here. I got something for that, maybe. I'm about to pull up and see who's on their roster.
Like, It's bad.
I've seen a lot of these people on the indies, notably Alexander Hammerstone, wrestles in Vegas a lot. Leo Rush, seen him wrestle in Vegas. Myron Reed, he on the indies. GCW, TJP wrestle in Vegas. Willie Mack. So those, yeah, okay. But let's pull up like AEW. I'm gonna look at AEW roster for a minute. I just wanted to see something.
Just for some verification.
Yeah, just verify something real quick here. Y'all can move a little fast, Wikipedia. Y'all heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Who we got here, man? Ari Daivari.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've seen him on the indies before. Botcher and Bland. I've seen them on the indies before.
Skip.
Brian Cage wrestles on the indies in Las Vegas. But this is but like we're saying though, these people are they taking indie dates too? They don't work for MLW.
Right.
So like we debunking the cap. I mean, it ain't no notable names for real, but like let's see some notable guys. Like the notable ones are not gonna take indie dates, because why? Yeah. Why do we need Bryan Danielson and John Moxley and all them to, like, we talk about dudes that was main event in WrestleMania. They don't need no indie dates. Yeah. As much as Bryan wants to work indie dates.
Mox has done it.
Yeah, Mox, yeah.
But like that's
this GCW is really like the only thing. He did a couple other things here and there. Like he's done some shit in Vegas before too, but like twice in the last 3 going on 4 years, it's not really a lot.
Yeah, it's not a major thing.
Let's see Impact. Let's take a look at Impact.
I think Impact got a good couple.
They got a lot of folks that work.
Like Jordan Grace, I'm pretty sure just had an indie show the other day.
She definitely wrestles outside of Impact.
Like all the time.
One would say that it's to the point that she kind of needs to, because Impact doesn't have the kind of audience that
everybody at Impact needs to wrestle indie dates if they want to pay their bills. It's a recession.
Yeah.
Chris Bay is wrestling tonight on the indies in Vegas.
Right.
Seen Ace Austin doing some indie stuff. Trey Miguel has done some indie stuff recently. Eddie Edwards, I'm pretty sure I've seen him. Josh Alexander is your world champion. I think I've seen him doing some indie dates recently. Yeah. So your world champion gotta do indie dates. Like, so just debunking the point here. Like all the women I've seen doing various indie dates too.
Oh yeah.
AEW and Impact.
Right. Again, one might say it's a necessity at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for AEW women to have to, that's kind of sad. But
right,
that's another
never-ending narrative we don't have time for right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, stop the damn cap.
Please.
Especially when it's verifiable cap. Like if we can easily debunk your cap, what's the point of lying?
Lying for what?
Yeah, we the only company that can offer indie dates. No, the only company that don't offer indie dates is the one who pays their workers enough to not have to go on indie dates.
Yeah. Some contracts.
In fact, bragging about offering indie dates might not be nothing to brag about. That means you kind of broke.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't think there's anything that's suggested otherwise with them, but like you just kind of put it out on Front Street now. That's bad.
And honestly, the only reason AEW offer indie dates, they can afford to pay people. But a lot of folks aren't on exclusive contracts and they're on appearance contracts. So like, yeah, they got to take indie dates. But also, they don't always get on TV. So they need that exposure.
Exactly.
And to wrestle. The only time AEW really has any wrestling going on is when they have TV. And you can't fit everybody on TV. So them folks got to work and get reps somewhere.
Crazy.
Stop the damn cap.
And they said WWE was out here loading up the roster and overinflating it.
Yeah, another conversation.
Oh boy.
I was fairly defensive on AEW side right there. Rare occasion.
Don't get used to that.
I also watched the AEW.
Don't get used to that.
Uh,
Well, I don't know. They did something right. So
They did one thing right, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah,
I watched Full Gear last night. Nobody else on this show did, so bear with me. I'm trying to not talk a lot here. I tuned in late, so when I got on, it was already with the trios match. The Death Triangle defeated the Elite. Sorry to see the Elite back. Don't really have much to say about this match. It's just the usual type of match you expect between these two groups. I was shocked that Kenny Omega did the job in the middle of the ring until they revealed very shortly after it was a best of 7. So the Elite probably going to win at the very end when this is all said and done. But Death Triangle took the first match. Next was Jade Cargill defeated Nyla Rose, got back her belt, retained the TBS championship. I have nothing to say about this match.
I do, because God bless that woman.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh,
woo! Amen. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah. And that pulling up in the lowrider wearing Rhea Ripley's shirt.
Yeah, like, strange to wear WWE merchandise on your pay-per-view and like nobody say anything about it beforehand.
Right.
But the lowrider, yeah, that was a great touch because Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole storyline is about somebody stealing something. So that makes sense. Yeah. This is probably my favorite match on the card for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Chris Jericho defeated Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, and Sammy Guevara. It was the best match on the card, in my opinion. The worst finish I've seen in a very long time, though. You've seen the finish. Go. I'm gonna send y'all the finish if you ain't seen it.
I know the result. I didn't see the finish.
Oh, the finish was terrible. Like it was Jericho hit he hit like 2 terrible Judas effects back to back.
I need him to stop doing that move.
Yeah,
I really do.
Agree.
I'm about sick of it. And the fact that like now you don't really see Andrade doing it, even though you don't really see Andrade wrestling.
Andrade's is hard.
Exactly. So I mean, you look old as hell doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's not a good thing for Jericho in his 50s, who probably shouldn't be wrestling, but at least he can do it to some extent.
Yeah.
But
I thought Jericho winning was the wrong choice because like him winning the title to begin with was the wrong choice. But
exactly.
Bryan got another L on pay-per-view yet again. I can't. Has he won on pay-per-view at all?
I don't think so. I don't think he has, and that's bullshit too. You had 3 right choices, 1 wrong, and you're still with those odds in your favor.
Yeah, 2 wrong choices.
Went in the wrong direction.
Yeah, you had 2 wrong choices.
Come on. Well, yeah. No, my bad. I definitely put it out of my mind. I thought he was somebody else, but yeah, that was god awful. As was his fit. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Double awful.
Oh my god. That was the worst ring entrance gear I've ever seen in my life. Low key.
Yeah.
He had his nipples covered. Like, come on, son.
Oh, God.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Next up, we had Saraya defeated Britt Baker, DMD. Yeah. This one it was decent for what it was. I mean, it's you watch these type of matches, like a wrestler that had to retire off of a freak injury, and when they finally get a chance to come back, it's very uncomfortable for the first.
Yeah.
Well, no, it never gets comfortable because every time I watch Bryan Danielson, I'm still like, and he been back like 5 years, so like it's never get. But they did play it safe outside like this one neck breaker spot on the floor, and then Paige sold it. Sorry, Saraya, not Paige. She sold it so well. I really was concerned. I was just like, please get up. This is not funny.
That's the one thing I don't like that they're doing these, and it's like they always kind of do something to kind of test the limit a little bit. Like, okay, let's really put on a big spot. Yeah, and I've never been a fan of that. Like they did it with Edge with I think it was the concerto spot.
Oh yeah,
and his hands was twitching and shit. I'm like, I need you not to do that.
You're doing too much.
I need you not to do that because it's not funny.
Yeah. But yeah, they did play it a little bit safer though. You got to ease her back into it. It's been like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see her back. I love seeing when wrestlers get another chance after it was over, and like the emotion that goes over them. It was clear as day in Saraya. She literally was wrestling as a fetus. Like that is a real story.
Yeah.
So, so like to be
Straight
wrestling as a fetus and then have it taken away, and then all the other stuff she had going on too. So it was good to see that emotion and kind of that monkey off of her chest, if you will. Good stuff.
Comebacks live here.
Yo, I think the comebacks, man.
Well, for the most part, I think there's one exception that we will never see, and it's probably for the best. That's TJ Wilson. That's because he literally almost died. Mm-hmm. And I want to see my guy taking risks. Although he's stayed in great shape, and he works with a lot of wrestlers now. I wouldn't want to ever see that.
He has like the next best job where he doesn't have to be like a manager or nothing. He can put matches together and still get paid for it.
And is fire at it. So keep that job.
You don't got to take bumps.
Yeah.
Most important part.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, I don't think no wrestler likes taking bumps.
Nah.
The less bumps they take, the better. And still get paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kevin Nash.
Mr. Get a Check.
Mr. Keep a check and get a check. Shout out to Big Diesel. Next match we have for the TNT Championship, Samoa Joe. I didn't like this result, but Samoa Joe wins the TNT Championship from Wardlow. Triple threat with Powerhouse Hobbs as well. Yeah.
Big meaty man slapping me.
You already know how it goes down. Wrong decision though. For some reason, we like to keep derailing Wardlow's momentum every time he gets some.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't understand.
For the last 3 years running.
That's terrible.
I'm just confused why we felt the need to, even if he was going to take it off of Wardlow, like him and Hobbs could have a program for a while. Didn't he just turn on him not that long ago? Yeah. Like there's plenty you could do with that.
Joe turned on Wardlow 2 weeks ago.
Right. So I mean, like, I feel like you had more traction, more to work with if you just put Wardlow and Hobbs together. I don't know why, Samoa Joe. Like, okay, yeah, that's still fresh, but I mean, listen, they could have a blow-off match. They could do their thing. I didn't see the reason of. We spent so much time getting Wardlow to this point. Like, the deep fear now is him falling by the wayside, which shouldn't happen. I'm just going to emphasize
it happening when he had the belt.
Well, again, that's why I say shouldn't. I put some stress on that because with them over there, you never know.
Nah.
Yeah.
Next up, we had I didn't watch this match. I missed it. I left the house for a little bit, but Sting and Darby Allin defeated Jeff Jarrett. That's JEFF, JARRETT, and Jay Lethal.
Mr. Get a Jet Jr.
Yeah. we need a Mr. Keep a Check Hall of Fame.
Legit.
Diesel, Double J.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got on that joint?
Damn.
Low key Road Dogg.
Okay. Nah, that's a fact though. Oh, man.
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff been finding a way to keep checks for the last 20 years.
Yeah. You gotta slide him in there too. I'm gonna put something together to figure that out.
We need Mr. Keep a Check, Mount Rushmore or Hall of Fame or something.
I know it's a couple people. They're not coming to my mind right now, but I know it's a bunch of people.
There's a new category for the Young Kings Wrestling Year-End Awards. Mr. Keep a Check.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
I mean, there's only one winner, but
we
got some nominees.
We know all right. The inaugural inductee into the Mr. Keep a Check Hall of Fame is Kevin Nash.
Yep.
He will get his award next month when we do our year-end awards. How about that?
There you go.
You
You already know who the worst father of the year is, too. But no, this whole TNA throwback match, I missed it. I don't really have any desire to watch it. I didn't watch it really when Sting and Jarrett was beefing in TNA. Don't want to see it now.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wasn't worth watching.
And Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are 0-2 as a tag team this year. probably just kind of end that.
He lost to. I don't even want to
They
talk.
lost to a 78-year-old man.
A decrepit 78-year-old man.
In a match that should
And
have
his
never
son
fucking happened.
Yeah,
That can't throw a chop no more.
Oh man, it's all sad.
He died in the ring. I don't care what nobody said.
He did.
He did. I watched it live. He was dead. He was literally dead, bro.
That's insane.
I don't know what happened. He just, and then he turned into a pothead at like 78 years old, dude. It's crazy. Where they doing?
One thing after another.
Next up on this, was it Full Gear, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I almost said All Out. Jamie Hayter defeated Toni Storm to win the they still calling it the interim AEW Women's World Championship. But yeah, it's like reverse Wardlow. Like we capitalized on her momentum early.
Oh yeah,
it was actually the right time. But Toni Storm was talking all that shit for no reason.
I feel bad though.
I do a little bit.
She didn't deserve to go out like that.
It's crazy. She low key in a better position last December.
Yeah, and this interim bullshit is really kind of sad.
Don't even get me started on it.
Well, I mean, we've said this before. Like Thunder Rosa was on record that she was willing to relinquish the title, and she'll come back and they can finish that business whenever, because she doesn't know what's going on. And Tony said, "Nah, we're just gonna have an interim champion." So like,
well, yeah,
I say it all the time.
It's Tony Khan's fault all the time. Like, he is the reason there are interim champions, and there have been in the past. Cody had COVID for a week, and he decided we needed an interim champion. And then we got Sammy and him back and forth. And then Punk was champion for like a day. And he said, "Oh, Punk's injured? Fuck, we need an interim champion, I guess." So this is all Cody Khan's fault, and it's fucking stupid. It's a terrible decision all around the board.
Yeah, I've said it from day one. I don't care if this is true or not. Every issue that happens in Almost Exclusively White, I pointed directly at the head of the fish that rots. So that's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another example.
Actual and factual. And that's the women's division. You already know how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Saraya gonna beat Jamie Hayter.
Oh yeah, that's coming. That's coming sooner than you might think.
Very soon. They said, "Oh no, she cool now. Let's do it."
Yeah, with her one match a month. Yeah, she's cool.
Right. I'm not two-time Booker of the Year.
He shouldn't be either. Crazy.
That's only in Seltzer land.
Right. That and it's crazy when you think about it. That matters as much as a Young Kings Wrestling Year-End Award.
I keep trying to tell everybody the Seltzerverse is not canon. Cut it out. It's
literally the same shit. Every podcast that do year-end awards, they all on the same par. It shouldn't matter for real. Why does it matter in real life? It don't matter in WWE. It don't matter. I don't think it matter in Impact. I don't never heard nobody in Impact bring up they Meltzer awards. Only AEW.
Because they're weird.
I think he invested some money in the company at the start.
He had to. I don't think anyone that's considered a journalist at this point in time, up to date, has been more biased than him.
Nah.
When they talk about this shit. Yeah.
Let's continue though. For the tag team championships, we had the Acclaim defeated Swerve and Keith Lee. I'm not gonna call them by their tag team name because their tag team name is, I hate that name so much. Their rapping gimmick still stinks, but I think I'm finally kind of seeing the vision with the Acclaimed as a team themselves though. and I'm seeing what the internet been talking about the last few months because I hadn't tuned in. But I saw it. I was like, okay, I get it.
I conceded a long time ago. They're a great tag team. I don't care for this gimmick. Like the whole the whole scissoring thing. Okay, that's entertaining. That's funny. I'll give it to him. But him and his rapping shit, like no. I mean, like it's one of the things. Like it's so dumb. It's funny after a while. But I've never been on board with the rapping shit like that. It needs to stop. It was corny when it started. It's corny now.
It's all bad.
He don't have bars. Leave it alone.
So we get to a point. Swerve is trying to cheat and get Keith Lee to cheat, and Keith Lee is like, "My good sir, I cannot." I was going to get into a whole Keith Lee thing. I can't improvise right now. You know how Keith Lee talk. He was like, "I have an automatic refusal, sir. These are false accusations. I cannot agree with this malfeasance." And Swerve, y'all knew Swerve was a hoe this whole time.
Yeah,
he slapped Keith Lee in the face, and Keith Lee, this is the blackest I've ever seen Keith Lee act. Mm-hmm. This man, he was like, "All right, nigga," and walked out. Should have beat his ass, but he walked out. And Swerve, y'all knew Swerve was a hoe the whole time.
No, yeah.
Right. And so they lost. And he said, "I don't need this shit." And then, like, I seen Keith Lee went off on somebody on Twitter earlier today, too. And I don't know if it was in character, if he thought, like, the dude was really coming at him about something. But
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I'll go find the tweet in a moment. But, yeah. So that one happened the way it happened.
See that.
And then in the main event, they finally did it, man. Because I definitely didn't think it was going to happen this way. I'm watching the whole match expecting MJF to lose, but MJF won. He won.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
I was excited. I popped.
All right.
William Regal turns on John Moxley. Slides MJF some brass knuckles.
I knew it.
But you know what?
Slides some brass knuckles. The power of the punch.
Best way to do it. It made sense. Like, because the more we think about it, it's like, is William Regal a guy you really want to trust for a while? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of his MO.
It's like, 20 years of evidence that points to not trusting him. Like, this the same dude that turned on the team WWF.
Right.
Y'all remember that? Like, he was a Benedict Arnold.
That's like trusting Big Show.
Yeah. It's like trusting Seth Rollins.
This dude flips from face to heel like coins. Like, it happens. That what was that? Was that shit? What Cat Williams said when he did that comedy special? It's like just that fast, like just that quick. You can't even do it fast enough. Like that. That's how quick he's flipping. So I mean, look, man, you get what you get. But listen, I would have considered the whole show a failure if they didn't do it. I said from the second he came back, like he comes back, he gets a title shot, he has to win. And if it's going to be Mox, then it makes sense because we've already seen him lose to Mox in a title match that I thought he should have won back then. Right. So if we come back and revisit this after everything that happened and y'all still don't do the right thing, the whole show's a failure. It's trash. Throw it out.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch it.
Kudos to him. I might not. I don't know if I'm gonna watch on Wednesday, but kudos.
I might do that. I might. Well, actually, I probably will watch.
Make me a pay-per-view watcher from going forward. But...
Yeah. Nobody's working on Thursday, so I mean, I might tap in.
I forgot it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, I might tap in.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna have nothing to do that night.
Guess where they at on Wednesday? I'll give y'all $1 if you can guess where they at.
They was in Jersey on Sunday.
Chicago.
Oh no! Oh boy! Now they're gonna get obnoxious.
Because I forgot to mention during the Elite and Death Triangle, the whole crowd started chanting "Fuck CM Punk."
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I don't like that because they always do some obnoxious shit when they go to Chicago, and I don't know why. Like they pander so hard to that crowd. It's like, listen, they're a great wrestling town. They love wrestling. Just put on a wrestling show. Don't do extra. They always gotta do some extra shit, and I don't know why.
I'm looking forward to some fuck CM Punk chants.
Probably.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The cruel irony of that.
Yes. In Chicago? Crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy,
dog.
man.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to touch on what happened this week in wrestling history. And then I think Reek got a peasant of the week.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do.
But he do. So he gonna take over. But this week in wrestling history today, in 2011, The Rock and John Cena team up versus Miz and R-Truth at Survivor Series, The Rock's first match in the World Wrestling Federation Entertainment Incorporated in 7 years. Over 7 years.
Wow.
Nearly 8 years.
Wow.
Damn.
And then the last person, excuse me, what am I about to say here? The same show that The Rock last wrestled on, there was another guy who also last wrestled on that show. And we did not see him until 2016 on today, when he came back and faced Brock Lesnar, talking about Billy G. Goldberg came back. And this is why I don't take what the internet say seriously about Goldberg currently, because I remember how the internet was acting over Goldberg when he first came back. And we loved it.
I don't know who this we is.
Internet.
Boy.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Big
Well,
facts.
I can't vouch for you because I didn't know you existed in 2016.
Yeah, that's very true.
But
No,
people I was
I
following
was
on Twitter, I didn't hear a bad word about Goldberg coming back around that time.
This was during the time I wasn't active on Twitter, but listen, I can't even front. I was hyped about it. Now I was assuming that this was a farewell tour. If I knew then what I knew now, I would not have been hyped. But I assumed like, okay, this is one last run. You know what I'm saying? It didn't end the way you wanted to. You got, the built-in thing with Brock. I'm all good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, get it out the way, and ride off. So I was hyped initially.
It was so successful they had to do more.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Remember he was on the 2K cover that year.
Yeah. He was I think he was the main playable character that they use, something like that. Yeah,
Terrible.
because we was in that phase where they had a character, a feature character every year, and it was like it's always somebody that hadn't been in WWE, and then all of a sudden the next year they're back in the company.
I mean, it was supposed to be Macho Man like some years before that. Like around the time Macho Man died, I think they was planning on bringing him back for like a video game deal or something.
I didn't know that.
That would have been crazy. But in 2001, this past week, Ric Flair is announced as the co-owner of the WWF. Y'all remember that?
The GIF.
Also 2001, the night before that, Team WWF beat Team WCW ECW, the Alliance, and all those people who didn't matter anymore, they were gone after a while. Once that storyline was over with, they didn't need them. But we got some mainstays like Booker T and Rob Van Dam. Rest is history. 2007, Chris Jericho returns to WWE. Clotheslines a guy backstage running with an Olympic torch.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that? 2012, The Shield made their debut 10 years ago this week.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to The Shield. 1996, The Rock also made his debut this week at Survivor Series.
Nice.
In ring debut. 1997, Vince McMahon let us all know that Brett screwed Brett. And in 2002 was the first ever Elimination Chamber.
Oh yeah.
What was your favorite Elimination
classic?
Chamber?
Honestly, I'm stuck between that one and 06 probably.
What was 06? with John Cena.
Yeah, the cash in.
Okay.
And that
Oh yeah, that one.
That's one of the main reasons why. Too.
Yeah.
Give me 02. 2019 Kofi Mania. That one was up there just suspense wise. I thought they might have did it that night. So I was really into it. I'll tell you which one I didn't like was 03 SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Because why did Goldberg lose? What was the point? And
and
Triple H was hurt.
Right. Them damn chap pants that he had on covering his hamstring.
Dude wore some capri tights. That's crazy.
See, that's the thing too. It's like the results, because if the result was different, my favorite would be 05. Because that field was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Triple H won that one too.
Yeah, like Redacted was in it, but like the whole field, Jericho, Batista, Randy, like,
it was like
Triple
Carlito.
H.
Oh, that was the next year. Carlito and Chris Masters was in it.
Yeah.
That was kind of weak. The one you talking about, Shawn Michaels was the ref, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Edge was in it. Edge was the other point. So it's like that whole field was crazy. They was in Puerto Rico. Like it was perfect. And the cracks in Evolution was starting to form already. Like if we go in a different direction, that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's ill. I really like the first women's tag team one.
Yep,
that one was ill. And there's one other one. It was a tag team championships. It was like Miz and Morrison and like Lucha House Party, Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, I think it was the last pay-per-view before COVID hit.
Was that? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It was crazy how much of like the previous couple of months of WWE was kind of a blur because of COVID. So like you forgetting this, you kind of forget everything that happened in February because it just didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so shout out to Elimination Chamber. And then happy birthday this past week, Kalisto, Mako Satomura, Matt Bloom, aka Albert, aka A-Train, Tegan Knox. I'm sorry, I don't know her current name now. It's like Nixon something.
Nixon Newell.
Nixon Newell, right? And then Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth shared birthdays in the same week.
What?
Why isn't Elizabeth in the Hall of Fame?
Don't get me started on the women that should be. You know where I'm going. Like I've been on this rant for since I started with y'all on this show.
Yeah, I'm on that train too.
Who isn't on that train?
It's crazy. Stop the disrespect.
WWE, apparently.
All right,
and I'm telling y'all, right? Y'all got one more year to exclude her from a goddamn video game, because I done seen everyone and their mom from this generation to the past generation. You bring all these old people back, put Victoria in a video game.
Man, listen. Do the right thing.
It's crazy.
Do the right thing. I'm gonna make a push for it because I'm gonna take credit for Snoop Dogg being in the Hall of Fame. Because I specifically like tweeted at everybody involved in WWE that I wanted Snoop Dogg in the Hall of Fame, and then they announced him a couple months later. I'm also gonna take credit for Ethel Johnson being in the Hall of Fame.
I was just about to say that. Like, click. We don't say it all the time. Somebody tapped in and y'all listening. So if, I don't know what's taking so long.
If I gotta send out tweets to everybody, again, the same people I sent out tweets to for Snoop Dogg in 2016. I'm gonna do it if I have to.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Victoria in the Hall.
Yeah.
2023, Los Angeles. That's where she's from.
It's long overdue.
She has to be in it.
I'm saying. Real quick, I want to get somebody on the throne because it's Friday. It's not, but it's Sunday. So we gotta add somebody to the throne, man, from the Friday cast. This one, y'all probably. Look, every black person knows who this guy is, but y'all probably don't know that y'all know his name. Tony Cox. Y'all probably Tony Cox.
Yes. I know exactly who that is.
Friday. Y'all know who that is. Every black person know who it is, but they don't know his name.
Yo,
it's a lot of black celebrities that like we know who they are, we just don't know their name.
It took me a minute, but then I remember because I seen Bad Santa.
Yeah,
and that's where I actually saw his name on there. I'm like, okay, got you.
Yeah. He's also Me, Myself, and Irene. He was the one that took Jim Carrey girl from him. Me, myself, and Irene. He was in Blank Man too. And he was a couple episodes. Martin, Jamie Foxx show. We were talking about our favorite black sitcoms a few weeks ago. He was also in the video for California Love by Tupac.
I didn't know it. I don't remember seeing that. I gotta watch
He was
that
in there
back.
somewhere. Shout out to Tony Cox, man.
Facts.
I know him as a short, angry black dude and everything.
That's an OG.
Big OG. Big OG. Oh, we got a peasant of the week, right?
We do indeed.
Damn. Who could it be? I wonder who could it be? I wonder who.
I'm packing the air, this gas or what?
These peasants, you peasants.
Peasant of the week for episode 168 of Young Kings Wrestling. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. You niggas.
Sing that ass here, boy.
How many times has it been? How many times has it been? I actually have three.
I lost count.
I actually have three,
we got three
examples.
We
Three
charging
people.
you niggas with 3 counts?
3 counts. 3 counts.
3 counts. Goddamn.
Yes. Now,
One.
now I got 3 for you. First one. I'm gonna get out the way. It's not that big. The other 2 are the more important ones to focus on. But first and foremost was Mick Foley. A lot of people were speculating that, when Elon Musk went in there and started tearing up Twitter, he was trying to get out the way about that. But he actually cited the fact that Twitter just became in so many words, a cesspool. A lot of people just having that. Exactly. A lot of people just, one thing after another. It's just a snowball effect. People just can't be nice. People always got something negative to say. And he just got tired of trying to navigate those waters over and over and over again. So he got off Twitter. But that brings me to the 2 more egregious scenarios. First being Kayla. Now,
I think she said something. I don't know what she's talking about.
So, Kayla had retweeted something about Candace Cameron, who did this interview with the Wall Street Journal and talking about bringing Christianity back into Christian Christmas movies, and she was part of the Hallmark Channel, and her whole thing was about, only featuring movies that had traditional marriages. Now, obviously, for those who don't know, Kayla is bisexual. She doesn't play that bullshit. But she didn't say nothing crazy. All she tweeted was, she retweeted, she said, "Oh, Candace Cameron," like rolling the eyes, basically. And she got so much hate and rage, tweets and retweets at her that she screenshotted. And this was, during the time that she's already been going through some shit. Like, she had her number got leaked. Someone stole her credit card and was charging her shit up. Like, she's been going through a lot of shit mentally before this. So this was kind of just that like final tipping point that she said, "Okay, I'm done with Twitter. Gotta get up out of here. Y'all are just bugging." And that brings me to the final charge I got to throw on y'all, because this was honestly the worst, and I just happened to come across it when I was looking for some rumors. So, Scotty 2 Hotty, who has been in the wrestling business since
Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah.
Turn
it up. Yeah. Scott Garland, who has been in the wrestling business since we were in single digits.
Probably before that.
Yeah. So he made this tweet, and y'all let me know if you think this is bad. It was in regards to intergender matches. So he tweeted simply this: "Dear promoters, I do not fight women. I'm 49. I have a 20-year-old daughter. So hurting women isn't appealing to me. I understand that there are men that do it these days. It's just not my thing. If that makes me older, out of touch, I'll take it. But stop trying to book it." For him, he's speaking for himself. So he's not saying nothing about anyone else, but simply himself. That didn't go over well. That didn't go over well at all. And he got dragged all over Twitter about it, to the point that he didn't even waste no time. He got off Twitter quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Now that's a damn shame.
So yeah, you niggas are really, really sad.
That one is unfortunate.
It really is. It really is. Like, I've seen so many worse tweets than that.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the people that we want to go and get the mob to come cancel, that just was not it. I'm sorry. Because again,
has a personal preference of how he's booked. So like he's just saying,
Yeah.
I don't do this for
he
work.
didn't speak. He not speaking down on the type of matches it is. Nothing like that. He said, "Listen, I'm damn near 50. I got a daughter. I have an image that I like to keep. So I'm not doing it." So basically, he's just saying, like, all the people that keep trying to book me in those matches, like, stop doing it because I'm not interested. But
like, there's nothing wrong with the. He didn't shit on intergender wrestling at all. As someone who's a big component, like, I would love more intergender wrestling on mainstream TV. Like, I've been saying for weeks, I want Rhea Ripley to fight fucking everybody, but I don't get what I want. So the fact that he was just like, yeah, I'm not comfortable doing it.
Place for that, man.
Like,
it's a volunteer thing. Like, if you want to do it, then you do it, and people will watch it.
I feel like there's a lot more wrestlers who kind of align with that ideology.
Yeah,
that Mr. Scott Taylor does.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
This is the old ring name for my early '90s babies.
Yeah. No, it's like there are people who watch it. Like, if people who didn't know beforehand, one of the biggest things that got Candice LeRae over was intergender wrestling.
exactly.
And she was killing during that shit. So it's like there's something out
about
there.
Candice LeRae from Cedric Alexander breaking the fuck
that
out
lumbar
Dude.
check. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, nasty.
Yeah, so it's like there's a market for that, but it's like, again, if they're not interested in doing it, they don't want to do it, then they don't got to do it. It's a volunteer thing. But yeah, you niggas that just can't help but make social media an unsafe, mentally place for people to be, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
They don't know nothing better to do with their lives.
They don't. That's all they have is wrestling, and which was, I felt the way about Instagram getting us up out of here, but then again, it felt like freedom because I didn't really have to engage with hashtag you niggas as much after that, and it felt relieving.
Mm-hmm.
We all seen Breaking Bad, right?
A little bit. I ain't like getting deep into it yet, but
in the end of Breaking Bad is pretty much this 50-year-old teacher with cancer who just gaslights his whole family throughout the whole entire series, pretty much. So the very last episode, he has one final interaction with his wife. He's on the run, and he ends up, meeting with his wife one last time. Basically taking accountability for the last however long the series was. And he's like, I felt alive. I felt alive not having to be with you niggas no more on our old Instagram. Do I miss it sometimes? Yeah, I miss it, but it's allowed me to focus on other things outside of wrestling. Wrestling was very consuming, trying to run Young Kings Wrestling initially. And now I don't got to do it. I watch the shows and I comment on them. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Right.
So, y'all do too much.
And even when we do interact, it's actually amusing. Like the young clowns wrestling too.
Yeah, man. I want to start pissing people off again. I think people just stop paying attention to us, so it's not as fun.
That was funny.
So it didn't lead me back to watching AEW again. Kind of got boring trolling people. I legit didn't watch it because I just didn't care to watch it. But
that's fair.
I found out it was on yesterday. I was like, oh shit, I ain't doing nothing. Take my Palm Pilot. We're all good.
Yeah.
So,
come back.
And my favorite thing about when AEW has a pay-per-view is when WWE has one a couple weeks later. Yeah. And their pay-per-view just blows theirs out the water.
It's hilarious.
And folks don't want to admit it.
Y'all get so
that's my favorite.
Y'all get so mad, y'all go quiet.
This is gonna happen next weekend. We could talk about that. Real quick before we talk about that, this past week in wrestling, we can run through it and just say the little bit of things that y'all liked. But before we do that, NXT, we're not gonna talk about that again. Didn't really move me again. So we Stark promo wasn't hitting, but Shawn Michaels announced a new match type in NXT called the Iron Survivor Challenge. It's like a scramble match, kind of, but it's also like Vince Russo's King of the Mountain in TNA. So I'm very interested in how they're gonna pull this off. But the rules are 2 wrestlers start the match. Every 5 minutes, another wrestler enters until all 5 participants are in the match. After the last wrestler enters, there is a predetermined time limit. Each time a wrestler scores a pinfall or a submission, or they get a DQ, they gain a point, and then the person that they pin or submitted or disqualify enters a penalty box for 90 seconds. And then whoever has the most points at the end of it wins.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
And as soon as they said that, I was like, that is King of the Mountain. Y'all are
Basically
taking Vince Russo ideas from 20 years ago and putting them back on my television. Triple H take over the WWE, and all of a sudden we getting Vince Russo matches on TV. I don't like that. What's going on? What's
frightening. That is a
What's
frightening
going on?
thought. That's a really frightening thought, and you know why that is, right?
Elaborate. Let the people know why that is.
So if y'all,
it's frightening to me in general.
Because if y'all have been listening regularly, a couple weeks back, well, it might have been a couple months back, I mentioned an interview that Vince Russo did where he talked about how he was getting paid by USA to consult for WWE and throw some ideas out there, right? And we got on here, we dragged the hell out of him for that because we knew it had to be
channel the NXT. Come on, god damn it!
And now, like, some concepts that look really scarily familiar. This is not okay. I done said this
Russo a consultant for NXT.
Bro, we don't do retractions on this show. I done said this already. If I had to do a retraction on here, I'm really gonna be hot. I'm telling you. I'm not about it.
Bro.
I'm scared now.
Oh yeah, I'm scared. We need to. I need this cleared up. I know y'all tapped in. Somebody DM us or something. Somebody DM us. And listen, we don't get random DMs from people, but we gotta follow you to get DMs. So follow us. Tell us to follow back if y'all got the scoop, and just clarify it for us.
Drop something a little discreetly. We don't put your shit out there.
Yeah, sources remain anonymous.
I need peace of mind from this.
Yeah, I just need that clarity. I just need, confirm it with me. Ooh. Let me know how I gotta move, how I gotta watch this show going forward.
It's gonna say a lot, bro. It's really gonna say a lot.
Listen, let's talk about Raw real quick, man. Austin Theory, no more selfies.
He looked angry.
He got that killer instinct. It's basically the Austin Theory I've been asking for periodically throughout the year. There's no selfies. Take it a little bit more seriously, and we got it.
Good. Yeah.
We also got my boy. Y'all know my name, Dolph. It's Dolph. Came back, got his ass cooked, and then later on in the night, Seth Rollins beats Finn Balor, retains the U.S. title, and he got his ass cooked too.
He got cooked.
Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Yeah, Austin Theory. I've seen Petey Williams on my TV again 2 weeks in a row in the main event. Austin Theory is him. It might have been all it took. Because I think people like it.
Yeah, like he's, as long as he's not doing that stupid selfie bullshit. And
just stop the selfies. That's all they needed to do to begin with. He still could have did the same shit he was doing before without the selfies.
Right. Yeah, just now he's just angry about everything, and it works for him.
Pissed off.
Yeah.
Gotta be pissed off. We got some War Games updates. We got Mia Yim joining Team Bianca. We got Rhea Ripley joining up with Team Damage Control. More on that in a moment. And also in this episode of Raw, Baron Corbin got scammed by Akira Tozawa. I saw it coming immediately. Like, you don't let this dude act like he don't know what he talking about. and believe it, y'all some amateur gamblers. That's the oldest trick in the book. Y'all seen the episode of Fresh Prince when Will and Jeffrey went to the pool hall and the dudes acting like they didn't know how to play pool, and then Will was like, "Oh shit, this easy money," and then the dude was like, "Psych, I know how to play this shit." Took all his money, took his uncle's car.
Yep.
Uncle Phil had to go down there and do the same thing back to him. Y'all don't watch the Fresh Prince, JBL?
Said Jeffrey, break out Lucille. Jeffrey, clean the fuck up.
Y'all seen the Fresh Prince, man? Y'all should have known better. Zawa took all y'all bread.
Yep.
Crazy.
He had so much bread he couldn't even fit it all in his arms. He left some of it on the table. And he didn't even want nothing from y'all. He said, "Just give me a match. I ain't wrestled in so long. The reason I was wrestling is not around no more. I need to get on TV."
That's true.
He said, "All I want is a match." All he wanted is a match. Scam.
It's real simple. It's real simple.
Akira Tozawa pulled a scam to get on TV. That's sad. Why Akira Tozawa got to go around scamming folks to get some TV time? The man can wrestle. Let him wrestle. Why he not in the World Cup?
And on top of that too, where's Tamina at? Because she another one.
Tamina wrestled.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, she Nikki.
Mia.
Mia. Yeah. Yep. You're right.
Oh, word. Okay. I didn't catch Raw this week, so I only caught like a little snips. You know what I'm saying? Clips and shit like that.
And you are SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, SmackDown was ill. World Cup. Mustafa Ali lost to Ricochet. Y'all put the two Americans against each other.
I feel like
they didn't Americans besides Rico and Braun.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't put on the bangers that they've been putting on main event. I feel like they held back a little bit.
And
it was good. It was a
2-hour show, fam.
Yeah, that's true.
So they limited kind of what they can do. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Maybe like some other time they get a little bit more time to do something. But we got Butch and Sammy on the other World Cup match. And the Canadian's out, and the Englishman is there. Sammy got another L. I think Sami Zayn's only won like 5 matches on TV this year. I gotta double check that. But we got the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens at War Games.
As if we were surprised, we knew that was coming.
Except for that leak Triple H put out, I wasn't sure after that.
Yeah, because I had that out there, like, okay, maybe we gotta find somebody else, like maybe Seth or something like that. Because that would have been honest. He had me with the knee injury, but yeah, he out here throwing us off course a little bit. I like it.
More of that, more fake leaks, because I'm tired of these returns getting spoiled.
Yes.
Like, if Mia Yim showed back up on TV randomly, I would have been like, what the hell? But y'all spoiled it right before it happened. Hit Row, same thing.
Yeah.
Stop.
Emma.
Yeah, it's funny.
I didn't know about Emma.
Well, yeah, you
did. The thing is, the tell is always there will be like a news report that comes out the day before that says, oh, this person or this group expected to come back soon, right. And then the next day they show up. So it's like it's already done, but they're just gonna put it out there like as if it's gonna come down the line. But no, they here now.
Yeah, I'll be taken away from it sometimes. Let's not do that.
Right.
But elsewhere we got a Bray Wyatt came out there, to give an apology to LA Knight. They had a little altercation. They had a nigga moment in the area backstage last week.
Yeah.
And Bray Wyatt came out, he was like, I gotta apologize. That wasn't cool. And then LA Knight was pussy, slapped him in the face and ran off. And
2 for 1.
Yeah, he got his ass cooked.
He got cooked. Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh? He got cooked.
He got his ass cooked, man.
Since when LA Knight be running from people, though?
Dog. He pussy. It's Bray Wyatt, too, though.
Like,
I'd run too.
Oh, look, the way he was looking at him with them eyes, I'm like, yeah, nah, you might want to leave, fam.
But, like, I wouldn't have tripped on Bray Wyatt to begin with.
Yeah.
It's LA Knight fault.
It's not the person.
True.
That's true. That's not the person you pull up on.
No, you can't. You can't. Because
Like,
everybody to know
read
better.
his resume, sir.
Honestly.
Act like you know.
In the words of Maxwell, check the numbers, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's been about 10 years now.
Y'all don't know Maxwell like that. Y'all know. I feel a lot of y'all might not know who Maxwell is. There's maybe like 4 people listening who know who Maxwell is.
Oh man.
Yeah, he got his ass cooked though.
Yeah,
check the resume, like Reek said.
Yeah, man. He's
y'all seen what he did. Y'all seen what he did to John Cena.
Right.
He waited 6 years to get revenge on John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, man.
It took him 5 minutes to catch LA Knight slipping. He come back for the locker room, man. You had a whole tractor beam on him. I was like, man, what the hell? They got this man buried under everything, son.
You know, like, where did all that shit come from? Like,
I don't know.
These are not the games you want to play, man.
Mm-mm.
Still created a whole alternate universe. And Cook niggas there too.
It's true.
Like, what are you doing?
Tough break. Then we also had a dope ass little 6-man tag, probably the best 6-man tag all weekend. New Day Braun Strowman versus Imperium. Hey, Gunther was pussying out too. A lot of people was pussy on this episode.
Like, what's going on tonight? On that night, on Friday night, like, bruh.
Like, what was it?
I ain't never seen my guy run from nobody. He ain't had to.
No, I ain't never seen him move that fast in my life, bro.
That's insane.
He ain't want that drain smoke. He didn't want that Strowman Express.
Like, come on, son.
Yeah, so big shout out to that. That was a fun little thing they put on SmackDown. SmackDown ain't really been hitting like that recently, so it's good to kind of get back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Survivor Series coming up, man. Next weekend, next Saturday. So we got Thanksgiving and then Survivor Series. It's like the old days. Like, that's how it used to be. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a couple years since we had War Games around Thanksgiving weekend, because last year was like the first week of December, I think. So it's good to get back to the basics.
I think so, yeah.
War Games.
It's good to get back to the basics. Let's talk about it. We got it's only 4 matches so far. I'm pretty sure it might be another one here and there. I can't say what it is, so we're just gonna work with what we got. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. Who we got?
Damn, man. So, Judgment Day won that crown jewel, right?
Yes.
All right. So, just by the law of 50-50 booking, I got to go with AJ.
Yeah. AJ.
I'm going to go with AJ too, simply because he lose a lot.
Yeah.
He hasn't won on a premium live event since Money in the Bank last year.
Yep.
And that was when him and Omos defended the tag titles, and they lost it at SummerSlam. We were there. And yeah, he's been losing on premium live events ever since. So
crazy.
You need another one soon. Very soon. It's been a very long time. AJ Styles is my pick. This one's very easy, but we're gonna do it just due diligence purposes. Ronda Rousey, the SmackDown Women's Champion of White Claws, versus Shotzi.
I mean, it's gonna be Ronda.
Yeah, easy money.
Yeah, we know how that's gonna go down.
I might bet on this.
Like,
I'm gonna bet $10 and win 70 cents.
Yeah, like if this were any more obvious, I don't know what would be the point of watching.
Unless they go like a DQ route or something. But
yeah,
I doubt
something like that. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if Shotzi went out to the tank and like shot her ass with some shit. That would make this worth watching for me. Matter of fact,
I think the better question is, how long is this match gonna be?
Well, that too.
I'm surprised if it's over like 7 minutes.
I was gonna say 5 minutes.
I'm surprised it's over 5, but I'll give it 7
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Yeah, I think right around there.
Yeah,
If we
that's safe.
being honest.
And we got 2 War Games matches. First one, we got a Damage Control, Bailey, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and an unnamed opponent. But first off, who's gonna be the unnamed opponent? I think we all know. But again, due diligence. Who we got?
Well, it obviously there's only one person that it should be, and as long as that's the case, then I'm picking Team Bianca. I'm not betting against Bianca no more for the rest of the year. Like, I got a little worried. I got a little shook at a couple of these matches and stipulations. I should have had more faith in our queen. I'm sticking with the rest of the year until Mania. Mania might be the only time where I say, okay, maybe it's gonna happen. But rest of the year, I'm not picking against.
Fair.
Fair. I mean, if you look at who's all been in the War Games matches before, Team Damage Control has the most experience. Because Io's been in all of them. Rhea's been in 3. Dakota could have been in all if she didn't turn on Tegan on the first one. Like, they definitely have the experience on their side. But I mean, they also kind of need some type of win. Because it's been looking a little bad on Team Damage Control. So.
Well, it's mainly Bailey. Like, they
mainly
lost
Bailey,
the titles. They lost the titles, but then they won them back. Like, they've been booked just fine. Bailey's has not been looking like a good leader of Damage Control. That's the real problem.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to whatever crazy spot from the top of the cage that EO does, because we know that's coming too.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be fantastic.
Know. Me and Yim too. They about to both do something crazy.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Also, my pick for the last partner is probably the really obvious choice, Candice LeRae. But I think they can go a couple different ways with this, and I'm all about the swerve. Beth? Oh,
she got some unfinished business in there.
That Timberland jit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking Candice because
I was also thinking.
Well,
Candice.
I mean, yeah, Candice would make sense easily. Like, you don't have a wrong choice
jumped
there.
by Damage Control.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you don't have a bad choice there. I only say Beth because, like, you know, Rhea stepped out of pocket, you know, a little bit. Yeah, like what?
Oh,
and okay. she hasn't stopped too. She hasn't stopped neither. You know what I'm saying? The hair, the armband, like.
No, my girl's a menace. I love it.
Like if you're gonna handle that business, we're better placed than inside the cage.
I like that. So what I was gonna say was Candice LeRae, but this is probably one of my favorite War Games matches. NWO versus the Four Horsemen, Fall Brawl 1997, and Kurt Hennig is on the Four Horsemen. He's one of the Horsemen. Kurt Hennig, formerly known as Mr. Perfect, comes out here, and as soon as he gets eligible to get in the War Games, immediately turns on the Horsemen and joins the NWO. So I'm thinking Candice LeRae immediately is eligible and just joins in Damage Control, because Damage Control, mainly Bailey, like we said, needs a win here.
Yeah.
Candice also has experience in the War Games. Her and Rhea won the first one.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Something could also happen with Alexa possibly turning, with everything that's been going on with Bray.
Also that too.
Oh yeah. Y'all not gonna sit up and act like we don't peep that.
Honestly, some happening.
Somebody's turning.
Somebody turning on Bianca, and Bailey's team going win. That's my pick. I got Team Damage.
Team Damage.
Yeah.
The Damage. Y'all know that classic Chris Brown. Y'all know about that. Y'all know about that. And then our other war games, we got the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, Solo Sikoa, my God, Vegas, and then the honorary Usos, Sami Zayn versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. I think we all know who's gonna win. But
yeah, it's gonna be the Bloodline. But
we can't have the first ever main event war games in WWE and Roman Reigns not winning. Come on.
I disagree. I think this is going to be the linchpin that starts the downfall of not so much the Bloodline, but the honorary Usos. I think he's going to take the loss in this. And it might be the Kevin Owens. Because realistically, there has to be something that sets the rivalry between him and Jay into motion. Because that's already coming.
We talking experience.
What better way? Yeah.
They got more experience too. Butch and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Right.
Got war games experience.
Yes, they do.
And I think if there is ever a scenario that would get them to finally just like, okay, enough's enough, we got to duke it out, it would be, hey, Sammy, you made Sammy honorary Uso, you gave him all these lines, he's Sammy Uso, and it came time for him to show up and ride with us. He didn't get it done, so we're gonna have to do something. That's just me, and it's gonna be because of Kevin Owens.
I think
because he still got a soft spot for Kevin. That's it. Yeah.
Because Roman was ready to pull up on him last week, and
I said that too when he on Friday when he showed up and he's looking at Sammy, he all beat up, and Kevin Owens showed up, and it's like, okay, well, what you gonna do? You with us or not? And he didn't want to make a move. You know what I'm saying? That he got that soft spot for his guy. It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be awesome regardless.
Yes, it is.
See, I thought Sammy might have, sacrificed for the bloodline because he ain't really sacrifice on a wide scale, and I thought he would sacrifice in the craziest of ways. We got 2 cages,
yeah.
So
there are 2.
Yeah.
Well,
that
one cage, 2
that could happen. That could happen too.
One big ass cage.
Big ass.
Yeah.
We got something to work with.
Right.
It's interesting. I can't wait. It's on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, we got a work week coming up, but once work over with, it's Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I enjoy wrestling on Saturdays a lot more than Sundays.
Yes.
Right.
Like it took y'all until after
Sundays
the pandemic to
consider.
That's the one thing AEW been getting right from the jump.
Yeah, Saturdays. It's just so much easier.
Man. I went to AEW first show and I was just like, man, we can still do something else after this. And we don't got work or school in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. Like we all gotta think about, going to work the next day and stuff like that and staying up late. It don't make no sense to keep doing the Sundays. Like Saturday, we chilling, we sleeping in the next day, and you can enjoy a full night.
WrestleMania different, but all these other ones make them all Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is what they doing. Besides Mania, everything on Saturday.
I think so.
I love it. I love the change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Survivor Series.
Much needed.
What's your favorite Survivor Series?
Shout out to them.
Oh, what's up? My bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, them adding the war game stipulation to freshen up. Survivor Series needed a facelift for at least the last 3 years. So this is definitely doing it.
Yeah.
My favorite, you already know, is 05. To date, I don't think there's been a better.
Well, we had this discussion last
year. Yeah. 03 is close, and I'm on my watch. I have to get back to my watching too.
I didn't really like 03, bro.
03, mainly the main event. The main event was like,
what was the main event?
Was elevating it. What was it? Team Stone Cold and Team Bischoff, and HBK went on that run.
Cool.
And almost got it done. Yeah.
SmackDown shit was
Yeah, that
you had Nathan
it
Jones,
was,
Matt
it was.
Morgan. What was going on?
Right.
A-Train,
Right.
Big Show, and Brock. This is nasty. It's nasty. that is a nasty ass team, bro.
Yeah. Now,
I
but
wasn't
05
into it.
definitely takes it for me. Like I think,
Yeah, I
to
might
me,
have
I
to
think
turn
it
05
was
on right now. I don't care about
it
no
was
Chiefs and Chargers. We're gonna watch some
because it
05.
was that. Yeah, I ain't with that. It was the best to me. It was the best Survivor Series feud that you could make, because if you wanted to be SmackDown versus Raw, then that's the best way you can build it, because it started from Homecoming. They had their Homecoming show, and SmackDown was supposed to have a match. This nigga Bischoff was a menace and shut the lights off on them.
Right.
Like they was running up each other's cribs for 2 months
We
straight
got
before we
one
even
of my
got to
favorite lines in a promo in WWE history.
remove this cracker.
Remove this cracker out of my ring. Shout out to Teddy.
Yeah, that was wild. But then he
Yo,
got
One
Teddy
was
jumped.
just calling motherfuckers crackers on TV every week.
Yes,
and,
sir.
like, ain't nobody say
Relentlessly.
nothing. That's crazy to
And
me.
nobody cared. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's probably why they let the Booker T promo slide. They was like,
I'm
we done
sure.
gave y'all all this.
Yeah. Mhm.
Y'all got to be good with this one promo.
Yeah, man.
We literally had a white boy challenge.
But I mean, the whole pay-per-view was fire.
Yeah, it was ill. Undertaker came back. That was
Yeah.
the best part.
Triple H and Rick in that last man standing match.
All right, yeah, we watching Survivor Series 05 when we sign off. I'm about to load it up right now. I'm about to get it ready. Cause yeah, now that I think about it, I can't think of no other Survivor Series. I thought the one when The Rock came back was cool. 2011. The one when the Shield debuted.
2011, yeah.
I didn't mind that one. We had Ryback in the main event though. It might have been a blemish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Outside of that, yeah.
I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart for 2004 because I always forget I was there.
What happened in 04? Oh yeah,
that one was pretty good.
Evolution.
The two teams for
Randy Orton, Maven, Jericho,
Yeah.
and
Redacted.
Redacted.
Was it redacted? It wasn't
Yep.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels.
Mm-mm. No, I pulled up the card because I literally always forget what happened at that show because I always forget I was there. But there was
That Maven push was nasty too.
like Team Guerrero and Team Angle.
Mm. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
I'm gonna have to watch both
I think
of them.
didn't Booker get a title shot on that card too? I feel like he did.
Didn't
It was
John
like
Cena win back the U.S. title?
It was
on
him
that
and
show,
JBL,
too?
I think.
Yeah, Booker T and JBL.
Was it John Cena and Carlito on that show, or was that Armageddon the next month?
Nah, it was him
well-
and Jesus had a street fight at Armageddon for the title. Because this was after he got stabbed in the nightclub and shit.
That Jesus gimmick was
Something.
unnecessary. He was on TV for a month. Y'all knew he was green before y'all put him on TV. Don't pull that. Don't pull that. He was like, oh, he was green. We had to take him off. Y'all knew he was green before he got on TV. I know he was trash.
Yeah, let's keep it 100 here.
Y'all knew he wanted.
Let's keep it 100.
They had a lot of people they brought on TV in 2004 that never panned out. Kenzo Suzuki.
Oh.
That's a name for y'all ass.
he had a run, but it didn't last.
The tag title.
Cup of coffee. Yeah.
Mordecai.
Yeah.
That was 04.
Light Undertaker.
Yeah. Y'all brought back Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
With the Undertaker. Undertaker went back to the old gimmick. And y'all had that cement match. It was one of the worst matches in history.
That was so stupid.
That whole pay-per-view was trash.
Yeah.
Outside of Eddie and JBL, that pay-per-view was trash.
And the fact is that you could have salvaged it if you didn't have that on last. Like if you just had JBL and Eddie close the show out.
Last because all the footage of Paul Bearer was pre-recorded and it was a stuntman in the actual thing.
Right.
So the whole thing was just stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Like that's something you could have put on SmackDown, to be
Oh
honest
no,
with you.
Undertaker, no.
Yeah.
I had all these close-ups on Paul Bearer. Very terrible main event.
Yeah.
and then they made it
when the
worse.
Dudley Boys is main event in your pay-per-view in 2004, it's not worth watching.
Yeah.
And it's no slight at the Dudley Boys. It's just the fact they aren't main
It
eventers.
that never should happen.
I don't care if it was versus the Undertaker. Like, y'all shouldn't main event.
Yeah. Then they made it worse and tried to say he wasn't really dead after. I think it was like a week, the next week.
So you mean to tell me we got this cement poured on somebody and then y'all
buried him in cement?
Yeah, y'all buried him in cement, and he survived. when the cement was covering his chest for a good half hour,
and he was strapped to a chair.
Yeah,
That's true.
So the weight of the cement on the chest, like you ever get in like deep water swimming, it's kind of harder to breathe when your chest covered. That's water. Yep. And that's water. So we're talking cement.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
And Paul Bearer's
and he's heavy
wide
set.
Dude. So
you got a heavy set guy
that into the mix.
Cement covered on his chest at some point. So for 30 minutes, cement is covering his chest. At some point, it covers his mouth and his nose. He's strapped to a chair. So, panic sets in as well. Panic makes everything worse.
Yep.
You ever almost drown? You start panicking. You just forget how to swim.
And he was screaming, so it got in his mouth first.
Yeah, no lung capacity at all, and he survived somehow. And he ended up being cool with the Undertaker after that.
Yep.
I guess they said it was even because he turned on the Undertaker and set his ass on fire. So.
He did.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Got it back in blood.
He turned on him twice, I think. Because didn't he turn on with Mankind too?
He did.
See.
Yeah.
Yokozuna, Mankind, and King.
Damn.
And he was still cool with him, dog. That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
Paul Bearer's wearing them nasty ass red suits.
Oh.
Oh yeah, looking at us. I think Reek frozen. That means we on here too long. So we plug socials. We don't let Katie plug her socials, so we give Reek a chance to come back. Oh, I
think he might be back. I'll just go first, anyways. You can follow me on Twitter at KatieRasson13, link to about to all things She Lead Showcase, twitch.tv/She Lead Showcase. This week I'm just going after Dynamite, probably solo because I'm not doing a show on Thanksgiving. YouTube.com/She Lead Showcase. Watch the videos because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts if you want to listen. I'm not even going to go through all the fucking shows I do on that goddamn channel. I do a lot. Just go check them out. There's a lot of content over there. Yeah. And the Crowd is making a return this week.
Yeah. Turn up.
Yeah, that was an episode. That was the time. Just from Get Show and his cousin Rob. Daryl was supposed to be on, but Daryl couldn't make it. So it was a time, but that's coming out sometime this week. So there's a bunch of shit there. So go check it out.
Thanks. We got any inside the minds of with some people that we might know of coming up?
RN from Smackdraw, my old stomping ground. That's
Great Value Hurt Business.
Yes, sir.
Next week? I think next Monday. So not this upcoming Monday, but next week. So his will be out. That's all I got planned for that, though. That's the last one I filmed.
Y'all ought to tap in that one. Y'all should have seen the rack one.
Oh man,
you see it go up.
No, you don't gotta watch that one.
Go watch it.
Yes, that's essential.
No. Go watch Katie get interview on her show too if you haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you need to go do that.
Me and Reek been on there too. Go watch that.
Right,
yeah.
All right.
Reek was the first one.
He was.
I was. Advocate privilege.
He had his professional voice on the whole time.
He really did.
Yeah. I loosened the reins a little bit. I took some character.
I thought it was a different person.
Yeah,
he was on there code switching. That's what we call it.
Yeah, I took full character out of the mix a little bit.
Eh,
I was
You gotta do it sometimes.
I was shooting from the hip.
he was.
Oh,
Go check out all
so
Katie stuff, man. Plug your socials, Reek.
yeah. Y'all can find me at ReCappy24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Y'all can find Havoc Hour on all streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and video versions up on YouTube. Go check those out. And Instagram page _ the Havoc Hour _
Go check all that out. You got some Heisman stuff coming up.
I mean, I would, but I mean, it's really ain't but like
Only
two
one
people.
choice.
Yeah, like
I don't know. Old buddy from Michigan got hurt, man. I don't know.
yeah, he out. So I'm like, maybe the dude
Bryce.
from USC out there in the mix. Maybe I don't even say Bryce no more. Like
Yeah,
Alabama's starting to fall off a little bit.
yeah, they weak.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not
Hey, yo,
looking
shout
good
out
at
to
all.
Husker fans talking about some Nick Saban coming to Nebraska. Listen,
Huh?
I'll come over here. I got an endless supply of Nebraska apparel, and I will eat one of my hats live on Young Kings Wrestling if Nick Saban is ever coaching a Nebraska game in the next 5 years.
I mean, that's madness. That's complete madness.
I thought I was tripping
I don't
talking
know.
about Coach Prime. Y'all talking about fucking Nick Saban. Y'all tripping.
That's more likely to happen than Nick coming to some damn Nebraska. Oh my god!
I understand y'all
were
bringing up
crazy.
Urban. That Urban makes sense. Nick Saban, y'all tripping. Let me plug my socials, man. I am the Thespian TC Fontaine. You can follow me if you feel so inclined to at tc.fontaine on Instagram, at TC Fontaine on Twitter, at FOI Photos 702. That is a very long, wordy Instagram. We're gonna have to find out a new. I'm gonna take care of that when we get off of here.
Yeah.
So just look up Fountain of Youth Photography if you want to look at some of my photos. The ad name might be different by the time you hear this episode. But you can also follow Young Kings Wrestling at YK Wrestling everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We don't really post on Facebook that often. Maybe one day we'll start up again. But Twitter, daily. Monday nights, Tuesday nights, sometimes Wednesdays. Maybe this upcoming Wednesday. We'll see.
Maybe.
If I see Reek tweeting, I'm gonna tweet. How about that?
That's your catalyst.
Fridays.
Reek has to tweet.
Yeah,
I probably
Fridays.
will, honestly.
SmackDown. We always on there on Fridays. SmackDown might be the best show on TV.
Yeah.
Saturday Survivor Series. We on Twitter. So check out the memes. I'll be hating sometimes too. I'll be hating a lot. I'm a big hater.
That's okay.
I love
be
being
like
a
that
hater. It's fun.
sometimes.
It's fun hating because especially when it's stuff everybody like.
Mm-hmm.
And like I legitimately don't see why everybody like it. It gives me even more of a reason to hate.
Can't follow the crowd. Not about it.
It ain't even about that. It's just like, damn, this ain't really fire like that. Like y'all said it is. That's how I felt when I first seen the Kenny Omega match. I was like, for real. That's what y'all.
I've always said that. That never changed for me.
It was
And you know what? Before I forget, I'm gonna send my condolences to Katie in advance because I know your show this week is about to be a drag.
No. It's okay.
she
She might
dolo.
not be there. She might not be there.
They're about to go what?
She might not be there. I'm doing it Wednesday night. She got family shit to do. So it might be Solo Katie round 2. So
Okay.
Solo.
So I'm about to say I know she about to go like Ultra Instinct when she get on the next time she get on camera.
Listen, I know. So that'll be a next week issue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they win that 4th match that they inevitably
stop. The fact that you told me that, I got so excited when you said they lost, and then the fact that you told me that shit, now I'm sad. Now I'm upset.
Yep.
Let me know how long that social plugging was. You know. We out of here. Gone.